Yes. Serious question.
Serious. I'm being serious. I'm being serious. No, what he's laughing for? I'm being serious.
He asked me to sleep with him.
The atmosphere is absolutely electric. Welcome to Soft Launch episode 51.
Yeah.
Yes, we're here. It's 51. We're about to have some fun. I'm JC Mendoza.
I'm Samantha Santos.
And we are the Softies here with yet another iteration of the Soft Launch podcast.
Yeah.
This feels, it feels like, it feels like a come down a little bit. Not in a bad way, but it's like I feel like we were building up to 50 for so long.
Yeah.
And now it's like, not that we have nothing to look forward to, but now we're kind of just waiting until
I
we
feel
get
free.
Rich and famous.
No, I feel free.
Yeah?
I feel like, when people are like, well, when you get to your 50s, you don't give a fuck about anybody.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, now we can really now I can talk my shit.
Yeah, now we can talk our shit because now we know that it hasn't happened for us in the first 50 episodes. Probably won't happen in the next 50. So who cares? There's no pressure. Everything is fun. We're just going to let loose, have a good time. This is our Bernie Williams episode.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to Bernie.
51 because he wanted Puerto Rico to be the 51st state.
That's why he wore 51.
Yes.
Look at that. I love Bernie. Bernie was my favorite player.
Yeah, I went on Bernie Williams Day.
Yeah?
Me, my dad, my brothers.
Your dad seems like he would be the biggest Bernie Williams fan on the planet.
He is a huge Bernie Williams.
And not Bernie, and less Bernie Williams the center field, and more Bernie Williams.
Absolutely. If you think my dad hasn't seen him live, if you think my dad wasn't the first person to buy an album from him, it was back before you could stream it. CDs.
Your dad probably broke the news that Bernie Williams was a musician because he would just happen to be there one day.
Yeah, my dad
He's like,
told
you ever
me
been to the Blue Note?
yesterday. I'm talking to my dad on Father's Day. And I'm like, something at the Comedy Cellar. He's like, oh yeah, no, it's right next to the Blue Note.
So Bernie Williams played there. No, really.
He talked to Bernie Williams.
Yeah, Bernie was the fucking man, dude.
Yeah. He was my first Yankee crush.
Yeah. Another one. I think something about that Yankee team needs to be studied. Aged terribly. Bernie Williams is the only one who looks worse than Derek Jeter from that team. Derek Jeter looks terrible. Bernie Williams doesn't look good. A-Rod looks bad.
A-Rod looks so swollen. It has to be the roids.
And then who else? Posada, I think, looks fine.
Yeah, because the bar is already at the floor.
Yeah,
he looks like shit.
Kid, the ugliest Puerto Rock I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah, he looks fucking crazy.
Yeah, he made the whole island look bad. Great player, fucking ugly guy.
Really, just atrocious.
Yeah, really ugly guy. Great man. And we're ready to have a great time today. We're having fun. We're letting loose. We're going to jump right into our first segment. One thing about we. And how was your weekend, baby?
What a weekend.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, eventful.
Talk to us about it. How are you feeling?
I felt better. I feel worse than I did last week.
Yeah.
Last week, our 50th episode was taken down by the fact that I was in a lot of pain because my right shoulder was hurting me.
You were having what?
And
what
it
had
does
to be a
feel
pinched
better.
nerve,
Yeah, it had to be a pinched nerve. It feels better now. Shout out to Casey who told me what to do with my arm to help out, and it really worked.
Shout out Casey, man. Who's Casey?
Really worked. My friend Casey that I went out with the other day. I ate dinner with.
Oh yeah.
She told me what to do with my arm and how to put it all day, so I did, and it felt better almost the next day, really. And so my right arm, thank God, guys, don't worry about it. It feels great. Now my left arm.
Yeah.
Probably the worst pain I've ever been in my fucking life.
Yeah.
So I'll start with my one thing. I'll just say, I'll talk about Father's Day.
Yeah.
Father's Day was a great day.
Yeah, good day.
I took my father out to eat brunch.
Yeah.
Told him I was going to meet him at 12. Just texting my dad, throughout the course of the morning, getting ready, leaving,
giving him updates.
Park the bike. Yeah. My dad's just like, okay. I get to the restaurant. My dad's not there.
Yeah, where was he?
Still fucking home. Never thought to tell me he hadn't left yet. So I'm like parking the bike, be there in a minute because it's right around the corner. And then he just goes, okay. Then I get to the restaurant and I'm like, oh, this motherfucker is sitting all the way in the back or something. So I peek my head in, I go there and I'm like, what the fuck? So then I call him. I'm like, where are you? He's like, I'm going to leave right now. I'm like, you didn't think to say that?
How long were you at the restaurant?
It wasn't that long. He lives 3 blocks away.
Yeah, but how long though?
10 minutes before he got there. And he comes in. I'm like, you were the worst communicator. He's like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he's like, stop busting my balls Father's Day.
The older you get, the more the
more I see my mom's point.
Yeah. Is that a sobering feeling for you?
No, I always knew.
Yeah.
My parents, it's giving Carl and Lindsay, you know, they were just not good for each other. You can't be on either person's side.
Yeah.
They both stink.
Yeah.
Great people, just not good for each other.
Not good for together. Yeah. That's how I feel about my parents.
Yeah.
Both good guys. Just couldn't have gotten it more wrong if they would have left the house with the intention to find the worst person to possibly be with.
Literally, I often wonder, I'm like, did you guys ever even have the spark?
Yeah.
Because I can't even imagine. I'm like, did you ever like each other?
Yeah.
Or I'm always just like, oh, my dad must have been really good at sex. Because I think it blinded my mom. And I think when she found out who he was as a person, she was probably like, you stink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think she found out before or after the kids?
I want to say after, just because I read a letter that she wrote to me or my brother I think it was before. Or not to my brother, but like she was feeling emotional. So she wrote like, I met this guy on this day.
What a man.
And she was like, and then we made love and what a man.
Your parents met, they were adults though when they met.
They were.
My parents were like children when they met, dude. They met like middle school, high school.
I mean, you can get it wrong even when you're older.
Yeah, there's no shortage of time you can be an idiot.
Yeah. It's like you can wait till you're older and you're still gonna fuck your kids up.
Yeah.
So just do it.
Who cares, man? They're gonna fucking, even if you do a great job.
Dope ass podcast.
Yeah, even if you do a great job, they're gonna fucking find something to complain about. This new generation is a fucking is shambles.
This new fucking generation.
Yeah, no. But
so I met my dad. Finally, he comes. It was nice.
I'm sorry to keep asking you questions about your parents randomly, but do you ever remember a part of your life where your parents were happy together?
Yes, it was. My mom had gotten a promotion, and my dad had gotten a new job within Con Ed.
How old were you?
I was like in 7th grade.
Wow.
Yeah. What?
That's semi-recent.
Yeah. Well, no, not really.
Well, you were going through.
It was more than 20 years ago.
But you were going through puberty at that time.
Yeah, but I'd never seen it happen before, so I just had no idea. And then they, were in a place where they were finally making money where they could do extracurriculars.
Yeah.
And they went on their first vacation together. Aww. They had never done that. They went on a cruise. They went on a vacation together before they ever took me and Michael on a vacation, which I think that's very sweet. It was the first time they put themselves first.
Yeah.
They went on a cruise, and then they would go out every Saturday and they would go to dinner. And that's when they found Yucca Bar. My parents put me onto Yucca Bar.
That's super cool.
They went there before it was popping.
Yeah.
Like when it first opened, and they were trying out all different restaurants, and they were having a great time, and I don't know what happened.
How was that for you, seeing them be happy? Like together?
Oh, it was great because it lasted for a couple of years because it was great because then my parents were out and they weren't home and I wasn't like getting in trouble for being a minute late.
Yeah.
Because my parents were very big about if my curfew was 9 at 9:01,
you were late.
I was late.
Yeah.
And I was punished for 1 week. And if I was 9:02, I was punished for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I don't know. Parents, there was this thing, and I'm sure it's still a thing now, but now I realized that it was such a ridiculous thing. Hey, if you're on time, you're late. And if you're...
Oh, my God. 15 minutes.
If 15 minutes early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late.
I'm like, it sounds like you are stupid because I'm here to get paid. And any minute I'm there without getting paid is useless to me.
Yeah.
But anyway... Yeah, so they were happy for a couple of years, probably until I was like in high school. And
do you remember, was there a singular moment where it was like, oh, this is not how it was anymore?
No, I don't know what it was. It just, I think...
Life?
I guess life. I guess money doesn't buy happiness.
Yeah. Who do you think started it? Who do you think started being unhappy first?
My mom.
Yeah.
Because she's way more in touch with her emotions.
Yeah,
my dad will just continue on miserably for the rest of his life. And he intends to.
Yeah.
And he intends to.
Yeah. To this day.
To this day. Yeah. No. He's going. My dad is going. Yeah.
If you left it up to him,
he would still live in the house with my mom.
They'd still be married.
Miserably. Yeah. They are still married, which is the problem. Yeah. No. My dad's just like, I mean, whatever. We're doing this thing. They sleep in separate rooms. They're like friends.
Yeah.
So my dad's like, this works out for me. And I was like, I need you to leave immediately.
Yeah.
Your presence here is causing me depression and anxiety.
Yeah,
my dad's like, that's not real.
Yeah, Frank, I learned this new term. A lot of the kids are saying it. Your presence gives me the ick. That's your mom getting the ick from your dad, dude.
Literally, my mom told me the other day, she's like, I gotta say, it's been a really good visit. But with that being said, he needs to go. Because she's like, it's like, I don't even need to be fighting with him. I just don't want him here.
Yeah, she's gotten a taste of what life by herself is. She's done her little traveling. She now has had a taste for a better life for herself.
I'm like, Mom, get on the dating apps. You would kill. You know, she's traveling now.
Yeah.
You know, she's finding herself. I'm like, you're the perfect target.
Yeah.
Spread your cheeks.
Yeah, I was about to maybe just get out in the streets and walk around. See if you don't find a couple guys who want to have a couple conversations with you. And they don't even know you. They haven't even tasted the Sunday sauce yet.
Wait, my mom told me recently that when she was in the Hamptons or Fire Island, I don't know, Fire Island, she goes with her friends. There was a guy who was there. He came with one of her best friend's friends, and they were on a date. And he came in and he was staring at my mom, and my mom was like, she told her best friend Marilyn, she was like, I could have him. And he was with another girl, and then he came over to my mom.
Oh my God!
And whispered in her ear, like, "Why don't I have your number?"
Yo.
And she was like, "You can get it from the girl you came on a date with, because she has my number." Because you know my mom would think my mom is a girl's girl. Yeah, she's already like, "You piece of shit, don't you dare."
Yeah.
And she's like, "I knew it. I knew this fucking guy was looking at me the whole time, and I knew."
Your mother hated men before it was cool.
Oh, but I was born to hate men. My mom has been teaching me to hate men.
Y'all just learned how to hate men.
Yeah, I was born in it.
Molded by it.
I'm not even kidding.
I didn't learn how to love men until the time I was 30, and by then it was nothing but crippling.
Literally, when I'm like, "Dad's the best," she's like, "Well, wait till he shows you his true colors."
It's funny. I imagine you as a toddler, like, Dad. Well, let me tell you something about your father. You want to change those D's to
That's
M's.
debatable. Yeah. So anytime I'd be like, "He's great." All right, let's cut down. Yeah. But yeah,
dude, I know like 6 dudes that will slide in your mom right now. And I'm like 5 of them. Your mom's hot, dude. And she's really sweet.
Yeah. It's everybody but me.
Yeah, she got a little fire about it.
Yeah. So anyway, back to my dad.
Sorry,
Met him for my dad for Father's Day.
Pardon me.
Great time. My dad got the French toast, of course. Make no mistake, that man needs a sweet in his life. And it was pecan crusted French toast, brioche French toast.
That sounds really good, though.
Yeah, with powdered sugar, maple syrup, covered in fruit. I'm like, my man got sugar from every part of that meal.
Yeah, powdered sugar is just, your dad is Puerto Rican, but he skipped the booger sugar and just went to real sugar.
My dad's like, why are you doing that? You ever tried Domino?
Yeah, man. Most Puerto Ricans were sniffing the cocaine. He's like, you know what? I need some high. I want to get diabetes.
Yeah, my dad took the cocaine, thought it was powdered sugar, he put on a funnel cake.
It tastes weird. But he was high. It tastes weird.
Yeah, my fucking gums are numb.
I need those to taste.
But yeah, so my dad ate that, I got a avocado Benedict. You know I love me an eggs Benedict.
Yeah, you love Benny.
So I'm talking to my dad. I go to cut into my eggs Benedict, which is very soft and smooth. There's not really a bite to it because it's just mashed up avocados. Yeah. And I just pulled something in my shoulder blade while it was happening, and it hurt so bad I dropped my fork and knife on the table. And I just looked at my dad and I was like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "Something just happened." Like I got it felt like a spasm in my back. And my dad's like, "What?" He's like, "Maybe it's the draft," because we were by the door. He thought it was the wind. Yeah. Like, no. So I'm like, all right, maybe it'll go away. And then I went to look to my left. Yeah. And I couldn't do it. Yeah. And then I went to look to my right. And I couldn't do it. Couldn't be done. I had to only stare straight. Yeah. And then I was like, this is weird. It'll probably go away. So I went to my brother's house, and it was just getting worse and worse and worse. So I texted Tracy, and I was like, hey, by the way, just cut into an eggs Benedict, and I can't move my neck anymore. Yeah. So, yeah. And then I went out with his dad afterwards. Oh, actually, another funny thing. I can't turn, so I'm trying to like move my whole body, look out the window, and I do that, and I see on 3rd Street and Avenue A, just a man holding his pants up and his bare ass is out. Yeah. Fine. Then his pants dropped to his ankles, and I saw cock and balls. Yeah, cock and balls. On Father's Day, and I'm like, Dad, look at this guy. And he's like, look at this guy. Yeah. He's got a penis out. Yeah. Was it, did you? I don't know. He's across the street, and you just saw,
anybody who's walking around that fucking bold with it has got to be hogged up.
He was absolutely insane. I saw it mostly his bush. Yeah. That's how I knew it was out.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, if you're rocking a big bush and you can still see the cock and balls, it's got to be. He's got to be working with a little something.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know, babe. I don't know, but it was crazy. He was like screaming things, like people were walking the street. There was children around.
What kind of things was he screaming?
I don't know. I couldn't hear because I was in the restaurant, but you can like see people moving out of his way, and he's like scream. You can tell he's screaming. I just don't know what he's saying. Yeah. But yeah, what a nice ending to a Father's Day. Because even when I can't turn my neck, I'm gonna find the dick to look at. It's just what it is.
You're gonna get to the dicks.
Yeah. Then I came home and we went to your dad's Father's Day celebration,
which you should not have.
I shouldn't have gone.
And I told you that.
Gone. But I did want to guilt you for not going to my dad's.
I didn't feel bad.
Of course you didn't.
Of course not. And you shouldn't have come to this one. I really don't. I don't understand what your thought process. Well, no, that's not. I do understand. Yeah. You want to, once you feel bad, like not your best, you are not in, oh, let me feel better. She's like, all right, let's feel the worst we can possibly feel. Let's make this so bad that nothing can be done about it.
Actually, I had a great time last night.
Of course, you had a great time.
Going at all.
But you shouldn't have come.
No, but that's just...
You were in excruciating pain.
I absolutely was.
And that makes it silly. Do you understand?
But I went because your family is my family and I would do that for my family.
Yeah.
So I went and I had a good time and it was fine. I just had to announce it to the table because I was like, I look insane. And then JC's like, what a beautiful restaurant. I'm like, I couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, it only looks straight.
Yeah.
So when we left, I got up and just did a whole look around. I'm like, oh, wow, this is a nice place. Good night, nice place.
I will say, for all the things to have pain in, I think a stiff neck is the funniest.
It is
injury.
the worst.
It is very funny because it's just the way you do everything now is a spectacle.
It's ridiculous.
It's a spectacle.
I can't really lift my head up either.
Yeah.
So like to kiss me, I'm just a fucking stiff kid.
Yeah, you're stiff. Honestly, usually we watch TikToks together at night, and like today I've just made it a point to be like, yo, check this out, and then she'll be like,
just move my whole body. Yeah, I had to call out of work today.
Yeah.
Who told I had to sleep like that. It was if I had to move, the pain was insane.
Yeah. Another thing about you calling out of work, didn't want to do it.
Didn't want to do it.
Really gave me a lot of pushback when I suggested it.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, how many sick days you got? I mean, so many. I
had like 18.
I actually have to make sure I use them before I can't use them anymore. And I was like, why don't you use one tomorrow? You feel like shit. No, I can't. Every time. You're really, it's a problem that you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you think I wasn't shaking when I was sending in my thing this morning when I went on our website to like put in that I had to take an absence.
Yeah.
But actually there's no way. I like ended up sleeping in bed uncomfortably.
Yeah.
Until like noon. It's the pain. Now I took a muscle relaxer.
Yeah.
Ibuprofen thing that like I got prescribed years ago when they found out I had a slip disc.
Yeah.
So I took that today and now I feel a little better. I'm not as in like I was sitting and I was in resting pain.
Yeah.
Like I would just be in one position and it's just a throb. It's horrendous. I've never felt pain like this in my life.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that.
And I just think I have bone cancer.
Yeah.
So, and will I go to the doctor?
No.
No, I made all my appointments. I have all my appointments in July.
You can't go to the doctor until somebody has a dream about you. I shouldn't have even said that joke because I could have woken up and be like, yo, I had a dream that you had something wrong. You should go to the doctor. And then you'd be like, are you serious?
You're like, if you would have told me that you saw my horoscope said that I might have cancer, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, that's different.
Too much. Yeah. That's too much.
You haven't made it easy for yourself.
Yeah.
And when you're not making it easy for yourself, guess who else is getting it pretty tough? Yeah, just a kid.
And I just want to shout out my baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I could tell he's at his wit's end. He's Kyle. He's got nothing left.
No, it's not my wit's end.
Not my wit's end. Yeah. JC has picked up a lot of slack for me.
Which is fine.
Yesterday to today. And he's not letting me forget it.
No, I'm being good about it. But like yesterday, we had two like 30-minute back rub sessions, and I don't mind giving you back rubs, but I'm trying to rub away what has to be a herniated disc of some sort. And it's like, I'm happy to help you feel better.
No, it feels so
But
good.
you understand what I'm actually combating can't be combat with hands.
No, this is
oil.
a spasm.
You need a doctor, brother. And I can play a lot of different roles. I can't fucking heal your back. So I can try to mitigate it, but it's like,
we'll learn how to.
It's to no end. It's just I know I'm signing up to not even make a dent.
No, it felt so much better when you did it.
Yeah.
Don't you hear me moaning?
Yeah.
Yeah, JC, one thing about he's massaging me and he's getting rocked up.
No.
He's getting rocked up.
Yeah, but I can't even it's like massaging a handicapped woman. You have no motion from your shoulder down. You couldn't jerk the cock if you wanted to. Baby,
that's gross.
It's true.
I'm like, ew.
She's like, no, put it here. No.
Yeah, so just falling apart. But I did make all my doctor's appointments last week, so I have all of my doctor's appointments in July.
That's exciting, and I'm happy for you. And hopefully by then they'll just be routine checkups, and you won't have a fucking laundry list of problems to bring the doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you think I'm not going to go in, just say anything you want to bring up and go, no, nothing.
Yeah, of course.
I feel great.
Yeah, you don't want to. No, I don't.
Just take my blood, and then she'll find out.
Yeah, Samantha the type to not tell her doctor what's really wrong because he doesn't want the doctor to judge her.
Yeah. Oh, I know you're trying to make a joke.
Yeah.
but 100%. If you think that I tell, if you ask me how many bodies, I would be honest with you, but I would lie to my gynecologist.
Yeah, of course.
Because I'm like, this is like, she's writing this down. It's official document.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
You would go to the gynecologist when you go in July. You'd be like, are you sexually active? No, me and my boyfriend, we are actually really unhappy, but we never have sex, so everything should be clean.
I would rather.
You would rather your gynecologist think you're in an abusive, neglectful relationship than having regular sex.
Yeah. I had a joke about that for a brief moment. I stopped doing it. I should bring it back.
You should.
But how I don't lie to men or whatever. I'm like, I lie to my therapist and my gynecologist.
Yeah. The people trying to help.
Yeah. They don't need to know.
I'll be honest with everybody who's trying to harm me. But if you're trying to help me.
Yeah, I'm like, well, they don't know me yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to put in work.
Yeah.
You got to know they're down for me. You understand?
Yeah. I guess whatever you say.
Yeah.
But you've had a rough couple of weeks, man. And
a rough couple of weeks.
I'm really looking forward to when it's not. We've made this joke on the podcast before. Samantha has her ups and her downs, like, with life, as all of us do. But Samantha's very much right now in a damn. When will this bitch have a good day?
But everything else is going good.
Yeah, everything else is great, but your back is a huge part of your day.
Yeah. I'm in a lot of pain, guys.
Yeah.
I watched about 35 episodes of Summer House today because I couldn't do anything. With a heating pad, I think I have fucking burn on me.
Yeah.
I just kept the heating pad on all day.
Yeah.
And it feels so, once I take it off, I feel like stiff again. But it feels so good with the heating pad.
Yeah, you look like, when an NBA player goes on the bench, like after they've been in the game and they just rap a lot of.
Yeah.
That's how you look. You look like you played 38 minutes in a playoff game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I also started doing my hair, and if you saw this braid is horrendous because I was in so much pain, I had to keep stopping through.
Yeah, couldn't even
just put my arm down. Yeah, because it's like I didn't have to. You have to put your head down a little bit, and I can't put my head down here, so I'm like, it looks terrible. But yeah, that was my one thing about me is that I have the body of a 800-year-old.
Yeah, you're breaking down.
I'm breaking down. The end is near.
Yeah. I mean, your body's, there's a lot of pressure on your body walking around being the baddest bitch on the planet all the time.
It's hard. That's why my shoulders are hurting. I'm carrying the load.
Yeah, carrying the load. Yeah. That's what it is. But Samantha's had a tough.
Yeah, it's all the bills on my shoulder that I'm paying. You understand?
Yeah. Well, you know what?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm not. And JC has no job, and he's probably doing better than me financially.
It's true. That's true. It's just what it is, man. It's what it is. We're here. We're giving it our best. It's episode 51. One thing about me, what did we do this weekend? We had a fun weekend. Had a lot of good shows.
Oh, we went to Rollins.
Shout out my guy Rollin. It was his 30 fucking third. I think it was 33. No? Yeah. I think
what a
33. Age. Who gives a shit?
Men are the best. You're like, this is my boy till he dies. When's his birthday? I have no idea. How old is he? Who cares?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, what's his relationship like with his parents? I have no idea.
His mother was there, which was a shocker because she lives in DR. And I think out of all my friends' parents that I know, well, no, to be fair, Jay's dad is also always really excited to see me. But Rollin's mom loves when I'm there.
Yeah.
She's so nice.
Yeah, Rollin says she's always asking about you.
It makes me feel good. But we went to Rollins. We had a great barbecue. We had mad fun. Drank a lot. I've been drinking too much lately. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? And and I don't feel like it's like, I've been drinking more than usual. I just feel like there have been more events where I would drink.
Yeah. If you think I haven't been watching Summer House and having you see Carl so that you could learn your lesson, you kind of think coming.
Yeah. Do you?
No, I don't think you're an alcoholic.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yet.
Yeah. No, but it's the summertime. You understand?
No, I don't care at all.
A lot of stuff is going on. And anytime I see my homies, it's a miracle that I'm not blackout. You know what I'm saying? Which I haven't.
I feel like a little bit on Saturday. Saturday
I was lit.
My favorite is I had some shows on Saturdays. Had to leave the barbecue early. But then on our way back, we got back at like similar times.
Yeah.
So I met him in our like little courtyard area.
What was I doing?
We both just danced to each other. And of course, you had a White Claw in your hand because you weren't drunk enough. You had to have a White Claw.
Well, I took it with me on the way. I had like I opened it already. Brought it with me in the motherfucking.
Just an open can in the car.
Uber. I should probably check my rating. It's gotten pretty low, no?
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I've been having a good time with my friends. I could use a break. I haven't had alcohol since Saturday, and I'm going to change that after this episode. But it was a good time. I've been very heavy on the friendship. I took a day off again. This my second time, the back-to-back weeks, taking days off. Feel good. Still being productive. Had a lot of good shows. And
your Friday was crazy.
Yeah. Oh, man. Friday was nuts. We did Bogart House, which was one of the biggest shows I think I've ever played. I don't No. I feel like Danny Peoria at Caroline's was packed.
That was packed.
I don't know what the capacity in there is.
Me either.
But between either Bogart or Astor, honestly, those last two, those are very well attended. And I mean, Max and Stanford was pretty packed too. Remember? You did that one too.
Oh yeah, that was great.
That was kind of packed.
Yeah.
And what's her name?
Shannon Fiedler.
Shannon Fiedler?
I don't know, honestly.
That very kind white woman.
Yeah.
Her show was packed out too.
Yeah.
I should do it. Oh, and Ralph. No, Ralph at East
Ralph at East Fourth was
he
by
was
far
packed wall to wall.
Yeah.
I wonder what the capacity is in that room.
Actually, no. I think it's close to 200.
Yeah.
I think it's 170 something.
Yeah. But, played a couple big shows. Did Union Hall for the first time. I had never done that. That was a lot of fun. Union Hall was great.
Yeah.
It was great. Yo, and in stand-up comedy, I don't know if you feel the same way. I feel like I work way more in Manhattan than I do in Brooklyn.
Oh my God.
By the way, Brooklyn and Manhattan are two different comedy scenes.
Totally. There's people, I see flyers and I'm like, who are these people?
Yeah.
I don't know them at all.
There's people in Brooklyn that don't do comedy in Manhattan, and it's not a choice. It's just there's enough comedy happening in Brooklyn where you don't have to leave. And plenty of famous people come up out of Brooklyn.
A lot. I feel like a lot of SNL people.
Yeah, a lot of writers, people that you see write on shows and shit, come up out of Brooklyn. And Manhattan comics always talk about, the crowds in Brooklyn, they're so sensitive, they're so woke, they're so PC, blah, blah, blah. Like, and they are definitely different. But I feel like crowds in Brooklyn are way hotter and way easier. Like,
I feel like I've had less bad shows, but also I do less shows.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like even a bad show in Brooklyn, like the people are gonna get more of, like, I don't make a lot of niche references anymore because I'm so used to working in Manhattan.
Yeah.
In Manhattan, it's so many more people. Like, you're doing that show in New York, but it's so many tourists a lot of the time.
That's the thing.
Especially a big class, a lot of people from out of town. So I've learned to not rely on niche references, which I think is important.
Yeah.
But in that, you kind of dull your sense of what is actually, like, what you believe is funny. And I feel like for me, I almost train myself to not go to that first thing and to force myself to work harder to get something that I know everybody's going to think funny. But in that, I kind of lose a very specific reference that I know I like. And when I become the comedian I want to be, like, my audience is going to find those same very specific things funny. And I say all that to say, I feel like in Brooklyn, when you make those more specific cultural references, they were way more well received.
Yeah.
Because people either know them or just want to appear like they do and want to make you feel comfortable while you're performing.
I've never thought of it until you just said it, and I'm like, 100%.
Yeah.
Because in Brooklyn, you're performing for people who live here.
Yeah.
Whether they're from New York or not doesn't matter. They still live here.
Even if they're transplants, they're planted here.
Yeah. And because a lot of times in New York, you have people that are not just out of town, but they're from another country.
Yes.
So the references, I mean, they don't get them at all.
Yeah. So like the references that I've come to use and stuff, I have been so much broader.
Yeah.
Which I do think is an important skill for every comedian to get. But
sometimes you just want to have a little bit of fun with the current event that's happening that might be popular. And you sometimes you can't do that. Like the Grizzly Pear is big for that. Yeah. The Grizzly Pear, I made a reference one time over, I think it was around the earthquake, and no one there had experienced the earthquake because they were it was like, it had just happened.
Yes.
But like nobody was there because and everyone's like from another country. It's a
whole different ballgame.
It's also what I don't get is I've done so many shows where people don't even speak English. So I'm like, find another art form to take in. This is not fun for you. It's not fun for me. I'd rather not do the show.
If you don't speak English, like, stand-up comedy is a very difficult thing to take in person.
Go to a museum.
Or go on Netflix and watch it. Go to a museum. For real. Anything where you can get a translator to really actually help. But stand-up comedy is the worst thing you could do.
Well, yeah.
Because music is universal.
And put it on another language.
Yeah. And at least you'll know who you're watching is good for the most part there. But yeah, I've done plenty of those shows in the city where people don't, they're not from here, which is fine. Money's money. But yeah, I say that to say a lot of Manhattan comics or people who perform more in Manhattan talk a lot of shit about audiences in Brooklyn and what they feel like they can and cannot do there. And I feel honestly, and maybe it's just, obviously I performed at a really nice place, but I felt like that even when I was doing the Tiny Cupboard, which, fun to do, but those shows aren't always good.
They're not always good.
A lot of those weekday shows are bad, just like they're bad at the Pear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I say that to say, I feel like I feel like the crowd is always way easier to crack in Brooklyn.
100%. But that's because you're not going up there saying like insane things. And when you do, it's like, it's not in the same way. It's like Eva's joke where it's not really, that's not the punchline.
When people tighten up, when I'm in Brooklyn, they tighten up the way that I want them to tighten up.
Yeah, exactly. And then they have the big release.
Yes, exactly. Because they get nervous, but they don't want to root against you in theory, as long as you show them that you're not a complete jerk
And I'm sure there's bad rooms, but like even like I've done secret pour like 3 times.
Secret pour is mad fun.
And that's a shitty like that shouldn't be good.
That's borderline Bed-Stuy.
Yeah, and it's no, but it's like it's not a comedy room. It's like a restaurant, and like the door is right by the stage. It's not conducive to comedy.
Yeah.
And I've had only good times there.
Yeah, Brooklyn is mad fun, and it gets a bad rep from a lot of the comics that honestly probably say shock value shit and get mad when people get mad. But when I was doing my joke and I was like, oh, I can't properly objectify women, like the crowd was like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then give me 2 seconds, which they
and
did.
I get to where
and it's like, oh, now we're having fun.
Yeah.
And I feel like Brooklyn is I'm not saying I want to perform there more than I want to perform in Manhattan, because I think you do need to be a better comic to be good in Manhattan.
To be worldwide.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
To be bitch, I'm worldwide.
Yo, facts. To Candy Burst.
I'm worldwide.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a fun weekend. I had 2 shows in Brooklyn. I had one at New York Comedy Club, and it was a blast. Had a good weekend. Hung out with my dad on Saturday. He's getting married in fucking next May. He set a date. And it feels good. It feels good. This is the first time in my life where I'm getting to see both of my parents be happy.
Yeah, that must be really nice.
It's so cool.
Yeah, brag a little more.
Well, you just got here. You can't. It's like we started. It's like if you started comedy 12 years after me.
Yeah.
You're just going through divorce now. You're gonna it's gonna be worse before it gets good. Okay, you haven't made it through the worst part yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Your parents can still stomach each other in the same room. It's not gonna. It's gonna be worse.
Yeah.
All right. It's gonna be worse. But yeah. I'm at the point in my life, and my parents separately. It's not like I don't need them to be so cool where they hang out all the time.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see them both happy, and I feel like that just takes the tension of whatever the family dynamic going forward is gonna be. It takes the tension off that, because now everybody's happy.
Everybody's with their own person. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's all in the past.
It's good. And then got to hang out with my sisters. Just
nephew.
Nice. And I was feeling down in the dumps.
Yeah, yesterday was definitely a day where my neck was stiff, but I was giving as much as I could.
Yeah.
Emotionally.
Yeah. I felt like I was doing an okay job of like trying not to let it bog me down, but sometimes I feel
no, it's fine.
Sometimes I feel the feels.
Yeah, I think
comedy is just such a fucking mind fuck sometimes.
It really is, but I also think that you were hungover, and I think you had a little bit of anxiety on top of it. But comedy is definitely hard, but social media, it takes it, that whole aspect is a whole other beast.
Yeah.
Because like you could feel like there are days where I feel like everything I just did on stage was so good, and then I'll open up my app and be reminded that like none of my shit is hitting, and like it's not like at Rollins Barbecue, a girl came up to me, she's like, I don't see any of your stuff anymore. I had to go to your page, and I was like, I guess she's not posting. And then I saw that you are, and I'm like, yeah, I don't get that. It's so irritating to me.
Yeah, game's crazy. I hope the Chinese, once they get rid of TikTok, I hope the Chinese buy Instagram, because fuck it, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Whatever the Americans are doing, it's not helping me.
Yeah, it's
you know
not
what I'm saying? It's really hurting me.
Yeah.
And my feelings.
It's so bad. Instagram is so bad.
Yeah.
You can't even search, like Twitter, you know how you can like search something and it's so easy to find?
Yeah,
like,
same. TikTok too is really good with that.
Yeah, TikTok's great with that. Instagram is the worst. I will search a celebrity that I'm trying to look up, and their Instagram won't even pop up.
Yeah.
I'm like, how? It's so wild. It's such a trash social media. It's such a trash app. I can't. I hate it so much.
It's been a journey, and we've had to have a warrior spirit, but we're trying to come out on the other end. I feel like we're both posting more, and we're just gonna keep trying our best, keep chugging along, keep trying it. I usually think of more things from our one thing, but I feel like I just had a good weekend with family and friends.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling grateful, and I'm feeling excited about what the future holds.
Yeah.
And this was not my first Father's Day, but it was my second. I feel like this is my second Father's Day as Monroe's father.
Oh, yes. Which brings us to our next segment. So we had a request for our 50th episode, but it is our 51st, to have a segment where it's called Long Live Monroe.
Yes.
Long Live Code Monroe.
Long live the promo code.
Yes. And so it's about our dog who is now leaving. We tried to put her on her chair. The thing about Monroe is she likes to dance to the sound of her own beat to the, what is it?
Yeah.
Dance somewhat to the out of the beat of a drum.
Yeah. And also, guys, I'm just going to be real, okay? The request that you've made of us is too great.
No, it's just that Monroe doesn't like to... It's not
practical. We can't get her up here. She won't stay in the chair. We have one camera. I can't set up another one.
Well, I'm going to just...
Happy that you submitted something, but Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, we'll just insert a bunch of pickies.
Yeah, of course.
But the segment, they had more. They want to know...
You guys listen to this request and you tell me tell me how you thought I was gonna do this.
Well, no. So the discussion around what transition was like for JC becoming a dog dad. She's off to the races again. What that's like for anyone on either side of the relationship, and how Samantha eased into trusting JC with Monroe duties. So what was it? Because this is your first animal you've never had, right? Or you did?
My mother had a dog. His name was Buddy. He was a good guy, but I wasn't really.
You weren't in his life.
I wasn't really super into him. He's also like a small little Yorkie, and I never really.
Yeah, you didn't
identify.
Connect.
Yeah, he's a cute kid though. But
he's a cute kid, Buddy.
Yeah. Buddy, nice guy.
Nice guy.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah. What is it like having?
It's great.
Did you think you would ever have an animal?
No. And it's not that I was ever against it. It's just the way that I've always lived my life has been very like, oh, that's cool, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do that.
Yeah.
So I was never going to buy, like, especially if it was just me.
Yeah.
Which, my big problem, first and foremost, was that I wasn't picturing my life in the future. That's number one, and I think everything stems from there.
Yeah.
Like, I never pictured my life in my 30s. I wasn't scared of it happening. I was just punting on every potential responsibility of having to figure out what the fuck my life was going to look like at any point past that moment. Mm-hmm. And then, so, no. And encompassing that, I never thought that I was going to have a pet. I was never close to it, but I was like, what am I going to go buy a dog? That's to walk it? I don't want to.
So I know that we talk about like if I die of this bone cancer, if you
that's not funny.
It's funny because I'm obviously joking.
Yeah.
I'm terrified. Yeah. You wouldn't have art or plants or anything.
Yeah.
Would you have a dog?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to.
No, I have to, yeah.
Yeah.
My life I've been upgraded. I can't go backwards now.
Let me upgrade.
Yeah. I can't. I have to have, what am I going to, now it's like, what am I going to not have companionship? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like the world's best.
What am I going to be alone, dude? That's insane.
So how long did it take you to love Monroe? Was there something she did?
No.
What did something she said?
What was it? No. She's so sweet, dude.
She's the sweetest.
She really is the sweetest little baby. And, every time I would get up, like, early, like, when we were first, like, hanging out and I would stay the night, every time I got up, she got up.
Yeah.
And I know it's because she was, like, nervous or she didn't know who I was and was just, like, but, like, I would try to get up quietly because I didn't want to wake her up.
Yeah.
And every time I got up, she would run out in the living room and, like, she would be with me every part of the morning where even you and me weren't together because you were sleeping.
Like when you were going to work.
Yeah, when I had to go to school. And she was there all the time. And then when I would come home, like before I was living here, if ever I came over while you weren't here, it would just be me and Monroe. And she would come, she would sniff. I would be sitting, she would jump on the couch.
Yeah.
Like she was just very, I felt like she accepted me.
Yeah.
Without me having to prove myself.
Yeah.
In a way that was like kind of what I needed at the time. Yeah. And what you were doing for me as well, just, I made it much harder for you because I was a dickhead.
Yeah.
But, Monroe's like,
I sent my team to do the work for me.
and when they say that part about your question about the segment when they're like, oh, when did you start to trust me with responsibility? I feel like you wanted me to do things with Monroe immediately.
Not
like
immediately.
you would have been great. Yeah, go ahead, walk her. That would be great.
Wasn't immediately.
I felt like it was like not too fast.
Yeah, it was like within the first few months. Like we were, because you would always, because we would come home late from shows or whatever, and then can you come with me to walk Monroe?
Yeah.
And then there was like a time where it was like late, and I was
you would always ask me to walk her.
I was like, why don't you walk her? And then, because I knew you would be fine with her when he was like, I will never forget your answer. You were like, no, I don't want to. And then I was like, why? And you're like, because you're not the only one with anxiety.
Yeah. I didn't want to fuck something up, dude. Like, I didn't want to I don't know. I'm like, you call this out about guys all the time. Like we get like, are men okay?
Oh my God, yes.
And that's one of those things that just made me nervous. I'm like, I don't want to fuck this up. That's why I also, don't like to hold small babies that aren't mine. Yeah. Because I don't want to fuck this up. I have a propensity to fuck things up, not because I'm such a dickhead, but I'm like, I don't want to be the one that fucks this up. Yeah. That causes a big mistake.
Yeah, I get that.
So I asked a lot of questions around everything. The other day, I asked you if you wanted me to put ice cream in the freezer.
That was my favorite thing because I read this tweet that said to somebody, it was a woman saying, I asked my man to get me flowers. Yeah. And it was literally a text message chain, and he was like, I don't know how to do that. And then someone like retweeted and was like, are men okay? It's like, go on the internet and figure it out. And I didn't send it to you because I feel like you could figure that out. Yeah. But there are sometimes you ask me questions and I want to just be like, what? So then the other day I made us like ice cream cones because we've been on like an ice cream cone kick. Yeah. And he goes, he does the ice cream for me because I think my arm was hurting me and I couldn't. Mm-hmm. So he's asking me and he goes, all right, how do I do it? So I tell him how to do it. And then he goes, all right, where do I put the ice cream? Does it go in the freezer? And I was like, I'm going to let you figure that one out on your own.
Yeah. Well, you know, obviously we ask silly questions.
Is that okay?
But I think what needs to be said is like, there's also a reaction when something isn't done the right way. You know what I'm saying? Like you, not you specifically, but like when something that you perceive is simple is done the wrong way, it's like, how did you do this wrong? So instead of having, instead of having that,
you can't.
No,
Name
I can't. No.
Yeah.
What do we need? Proof now for feelings?
Yeah.
When have you ever had proof for anything? You crazy broad. Just because you had a dream about it doesn't mean it happened. But no, yes, I feel like now I'll start writing them down. But I feel like, you know, if I do, I just don't like
feelings aren't fact.
Yeah, I just
you can tell I've been watching Summer House. I'm just Kyle.
Yeah. I just I don't want to do something wrong. So instead of doing that, I'll be like, oh, let me ask, because you know sometimes you leave the ice cream out because you want it to be softer.
Yeah.
And like, you know, we take the Monroe's food out of the freezer, then we put it in the fridge, and you know sometimes I just don't know. I don't know what you like. It's specific things, so I ask.
Yeah. And just for the record, ice cream always goes to the freezer.
Yeah, and good to know.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was a transition, and what was the rest of it? Discussion around what the transition was like for you becoming a dog dad. And you're fully in your.
Yeah, fully 100%. I feel like obviously the first time I walked her, I was like, oh, okay, I can be I can do this. Like if you were to leave like on a trip and you asked me to stay with Monroe, I could do it and I could figure everything out. But like her food confused me at first. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like things that are obviously simple that I just don't know how to, not that I just don't know them like that. So I get nervous to mess them up. I don't want to mess your dog up.
Yeah. And now you love her.
Yeah, of course I love her. She's incredible.
Yeah. JC loved her before he loved me.
Yeah. Well,
I knew
she doesn't have a fucking mouth on her.
I knew it was in the bag. The first time JC sent me a dog video, I was like, it's working.
Yeah?
Yeah, I gave Monroe a high five. I was like, we're doing it, kid.
Paw.
I'm like, we've done it.
It's been done.
He's converted, and then it was only followed by one of a chimp. So I was like, he's really all in.
Yeah, I feel like I learned your algorithm before I cared about your feelings. I always knew what you liked, though.
Yeah, once you sent me one, and then I remember when you sent me another one, you're like, this looks just like Monroe.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like JC was, I think I might have mentioned this before on the pod, but I don't know. But you were big about like not texting right away. Mm. Like if we just saw each other. And I knew it was in the bag when you texted, you had left and Monroe's paws were hurting from the salt.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah. And I knew it. So yeah, you would ask me about Monroe. I was like, whatever, I'll take whatever. Take any crumbs he gives me.
Yeah. No, Monroe, she was great. And she just, you know, there wasn't no agendas. I didn't have to commit to Monroe. You understand? But no, it was great. And it's better. It's more purpose. It's sometimes coming home, especially when I was teaching, I would come home and before you were here, she was here and I would just hang out with her for a little bit.
Yeah.
So she's just really sweet. And then sometimes she's just laying down when we go into the room. She's just like passed out. And then as soon as I walk in, she like flops her head around.
Yeah.
She's very cute. She's a very good kid.
She's a very good kid. We love her a lot. Yeah. It really wasn't a big I really trusted you, and I knew you weren't going to be like an asshole.
Yeah.
And then I found out that you walked my dog without a leash.
Yeah. Well, because now she's my dog. So like, what you do, your relationship, her and I have a relationship outside of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, her and I would do different things, and it's going to be the same way when we're parents to humans. I
actually, the day you officially made it official. Mm. That was my first. You were like, my girlfriend said, yeah. I was like, I have a question. And I was like, can Monroe call you daddy?
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, she can. Of course she can.
Yeah,
I
already did.
Do you think she knows?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Monroe is massively obsessed with you, almost to the point where I feel like if we did the thing in the park where we ran which way, she would follow you.
No, I don't think so. I think we're just different. We play different.
That felt good for a little bit.
I feel like, and I don't know because she probably does go to your side. I feel like now I know she goes to your side first, but she always settles on my side of the bed when she comes. It's
when she comes to me. She usually goes in between my legs, and I'm always trying to. I gotta get her to move.
Yeah, she always comes right on my left side because I mean it's and I only the last couple of days because we've been like either hungover or you're in
I'm
pain.
just can't sleep in weird ways.
That we've been like, Monroe, come on, dude.
Yeah.
But she's a good kid.
She's a good kid.
Well. And it's nice. It's nice. I recommend all of my homies get dogs. You know what I'm saying?
It's the
like
best.
even the ones with kids, if you're single, get a dog. Like there's no reason to not have a dog. It's a great thing.
Yeah. It is the best thing in the world. I tell everybody that. It is really hard. I do tell people if they're like single to really know that it is a huge commitment because a lot of people will get a dog and give it away because they don't realize the commitment.
Yeah.
Dogs do not come like loaded with like commands. You have to do all those. You have to do the work.
Yeah.
But when you
that's also it's been very easy for me because she was trained and everything when I met her, and she's great
she
now.
wasn't trained when I met her.
Yeah.
The bitch was nuts.
Yeah.
I used to dread walking her. She was a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
Like not like vicious or anything, but she just had no idea how to walk on a fucking leash.
Yeah.
This bitch was just choking herself.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Just like a mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And she can't have
like,
fun.
she really is mine for real.
Yeah, she can't have fun unless she can't breathe so good.
It was wild.
Just what it is. But yeah, I love being
But that was that was our little Monroe segment. Long live Code Monroe. And we'll put some pictures in. I'll send you some pictures.
100%.
Just because she's a little difficult. Maybe I'll put it. Maybe I'll take a little video of her.
Yeah, you got it. We'll figure something.
We'll figure something out.
We'll interview her off camera. Maybe put it on the Patreon.
Yeah. She's a private girl. She doesn't take interviews with just anybody.
Yeah. She needs to be. We need to be behind the paywall for her to make her appearances. So go to www.patreon.com/softlaunch. $5 a month, become a super softie and get all the bonus content.
Yes. So we put up a prompt today.
Yes.
And so we'll go into our favorite segment. I think it's everybody's kind of favorite segment.
Yeah.
And it's called That's What They
That's what they saying.
And so we put in a prompt today that said, what is the most embarrassing thing you've done to impress a crush?
Yeah, we talked about this.
We talked about on our Patreon episode, and I keep saying to JC, we have to clip it out because it's very funny.
Yeah, and I've been like, oh, I'm so busy, but the whole time I'm just embarrassed.
Just embarrassed. Then you can just cut mine up then. I don't care.
We'll see.
But we got some really funny ones, but do you want to talk about anything else that you did?
I mean,
don't tell that one because then there's no reason for people to go behind a paywall.
Yeah, that's true. But I've done a lot of things that I'm not proud of. Trying to think of specifics.
You want me to go first because I have one.
First.
Okay. So in high school, I think it was before like my first boyfriend. It had to be obviously. This guy from my neighborhood, liked me. We were like, crushing on each other. And I forget what he was, but he wasn't Latino. He was like, I guess, I don't know if he was white or Middle Eastern. I don't know what he was, but he's like, oh, you're Puerto Rican. Like you could help me with my homework. And I was like, buddy, I don't talk that.
Yeah, I don't talk that guala.
Yeah, like I'm actually failing English. So
if you think I know Spanish.
Yeah, you got nothing coming. So I was like,
no Nintendo.
I'm like, in my country, we speak English.
Yeah.
So he's like, you can help me with my Spanish homework. And I was like, absolutely. And I pretended to help him with the Spanish homework. And then he goes,
Did you lived out the plot from fucking 10 Things I Hate About You, dude.
What do you mean? They did that?
Yeah. Cameron, remember he's trying to get with the little sister and he becomes her French teacher?
I don't remember. Is that what
Joseph Gordon-Levitt
I thought
becomes
he was
her
really
French
smart.
tutor. No, yeah, he's smart, but she was looking for a French tutor. He didn't speak French, but he buys the whole book and he tries to help her.
I didn't even buy the book. I just was like, yeah. And then I was like, oh, it's this. Like, it was a multiple choice. So I was like, oh, that's the answer. That's the answer. That's the answer. Whatever. We went through his homework.
How did he do?
The next day we're on the phone. And he's like, hey, everything in my Spanish homework was wrong. And I was like, oh, that's because like I speak a different type of Spanish.
Yeah, no, because they're using the
like in Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
like they're using. Yeah, you're learning vosotros.
You're doing the vosotros. They're conjugating different.
I didn't know that. So that's why.
I thought it was pero like that's it.
Yeah. That's why it was wrong because I'm fluent.
Yeah, I'm fluent. I don't know if you've ever seen Marisa. Those are the videos you send. This is the Spanish that I speak.
That's the Spanish that I know.
Yeah. And that's why I like you because you're from Westchester.
Yeah.
And that's it.
So I just acted like I knew what I was. Yeah. I didn't. And I was like, I've taken at that point. I was like, I've taken 2 months of Spanish.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
And I was like, oh, of course, I'm Samantha Santos.
Samantha. That's insane. You'd leave your house and be like, "Ay, frío."
Ay, my panties.
Oh my days! Did you guys make out?
I don't even think we ever did. No,
Damn,
I was like
bro.
such a make out, and I was so nervous to make out.
Yeah, damn. So you made him fail a class, and he didn't even get to feel your tongue in his mouth.
Yeah, it's very funny.
That's a tough way to go out, guys. Damn, no, I can't think of. I have plenty of embarrassing moments, but I can't think of like the one that I did. It's on the Patreon. And I'll put it out eventually. But that was by far, and I was a senior in high school too. I really should have known better.
Oop, didn't mean that. I'm just trying to get our prompts ready.
All right, bring them up.
Okay. So we got a bunch.
Yeah.
So I'll start off on my page. So I got. All right, we'll go through them. So it said, "What's the most embarrassing thing you've done to impress a crush?" And someone said, "Slept with him."
Damn, yo, I'm impressed.
Sleep
Shorty.
with him.
Damn, Shorty, I didn't know you was like that. I didn't know he was a freak for real.
I read that. I was like, same. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of. Can you recall anybody doing something that you look back on? Oh well, I did this for you. I did it for you when on our first date when I let you blow weed into my mouth.
Oh yeah.
That is by far the wildest shit I ever did to impress anybody. 100%. Weed had never been in my body before that day.
Yeah.
Never. I hadn't even done hooks, dude.
Yeah, that was like gonna be in my body.
Yeah, and I was.
Yeah, you did.
And I look back at it.
Good
no
decision.
regrets.
Yeah, good decision. Yeah. That's funny. I can't. That's crazy that you did. Why did you do that? That's how down and out you were.
By any means necessary. I needed a win.
No woman has ever tried to make you smoke weed before?
No. Well, of course they have, but I just don't do it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm sure you always wanted to get in their pants because that's the only reason why you were hanging out with them anyway.
Yeah, but I would get it without having to do things that I didn't want to do, and that's like, For
me, I was pushy.
Yeah, you were the pushiest broad by far. I'm like, damn, I can tell this bitch has been on this earth a little bit longer. She's a little bit wise to my tricks.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm talking this guy out of his pants. He doesn't even know it.
Yeah, I was the only illusion that I was under was the one that I was under control of the situation. I thought I was doing the fucking.
Yeah.
The whole time I got fucked. Yeah, I got fucked heavy.
You're like, I'm just here to meet your dog.
Yeah, I'm here to meet your dog. Yeah, you. I thought I was in the driving seat of that one.
I'm good at that.
I was the passenger princess. Yeah.
I was for the first and only time in this relationship because I will not be behind the wheel.
Yeah, but you did what you had to do to get the job done. You understand? But that was definitely the wildest thing I've ever done to impress is take shotgun.
That's very funny. Okay. Speaking with a customer service voice because she was rich and from a nice area.
That's crazy.
That's hysterical.
That's crazy. I can't imagine that being hot. Like, do you know what your customer service voice is like?
Of course. I work in corporate. I've worked in corporate.
Yeah.
I know exactly what my customer
Do I
service
ever
is.
give you the ick when you hear my whenever I'm ordering food?
You don't really have. It's not that much different. I feel like mine is a lot different.
Yeah, yours is a lot different.
Mine is like it's so.
Hi.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah.
I don't hear it a lot because you couldn't be bothered to speak to anybody ever on the phone.
No, but you're here on work calls.
Yeah.
And I have a fake voice.
Yeah, this weekend.
Yeah, that's literally it. Gail used to die at my fake laugh.
Yeah.
One time this guy came into our building. We were trying to get everybody out of the building because we were trying to knock it down, right? So we were like trying to get everybody out. The guy was like, came to the apartment. He was like such a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
He came into our office, and he's like, I don't want to move. Can you please extend me? He's like, because I can't afford anything. But like the only place that I can afford is like Jersey City. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh my God, I love Jersey City. And he was like, really? And I was like, oh my God, I love it there. Yeah. And then I was like, it's just like, it's so nice. And I just started like hyping it up and like doing fake laughs with him. And the guy moved out. I moved to Jersey City. And Gail comes down because her office was upstairs. And she's like, do you really love Jersey City? And I was like, not really. I mean, just said what I had to say. Get this guy the fuck out of here. I don't want to fucking talk to the guy anymore.
Yeah, I've actually never been.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do I look like, Joe Budden? I don't know about Jersey City.
I saw the TikTok once.
Yeah. So yeah, but I have also not flirted with a customer service voice, but like if I was out with coworkers and like someone was hitting on me, I definitely didn't do my real voice. Yeah. Yeah, I would do more of like my corporate voice.
I've acted cool, but I don't think I've ever fully code switched.
I think you have like a sexy voice that you do. Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like you do that.
I definitely do have a sexy voice. Yeah. It's horrible.
It's great. I love it.
It's pretty good. No, I was just trying to be fake humble. I feel the way about my talking voice that I'm sure Barry White feels about the way that he sings.
Felt, R.I.P.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
My mother will never forget it.
Yeah, much like single me. But that's why actually perfect analogy. But I think when I talk, I think I sound so cool.
Yeah. And like you do I got that's what your face says. You know what I'm talking about?
I do a face.
You do like a Like sometimes you talk out of the side of your mouth.
Oh, I'm disgusted. Gross.
He'll talk like out of the side a little bit.
No way.
Yeah.
What am I trying to get? What am I doing at that point?
I don't know. Sometimes you just have a different, like, if we're on a date and like we're like, if we were on a date and we're having a good time and like you have to order something and like you're still in the moment of having a good time or like talking about something deep, you'll do that.
Oh my God.
We'll just have the
No! Do you hate me?
No, I love it.
Do I disgust you?
I think it's hot.
Oh my God, you have no standards. That's gross. I can't believe you give me pussy.
Oh my God, I've never seen you be embarrassed.
That makes me want to die. I have a face?
Yeah.
No way it is. And a face that's different from my normal face?
Yeah. It's closer to your sex face.
Yeah, that's not good. Nobody should see that.
Yeah, I like to see it.
That's funny. So what are you thinking when I'm talking like that in public?
Just my panties getting wet.
Get the fuck out of here. my ¿cómo se dice?
¿Cómo se dice panty?
Panties. Ay, frío.
Okay, we got another one that said, once I read a 6-part sci-fi book series, and then in caps, 6 books.
She read 6 books?
Yeah.
That's insane.
And that's how I know I'm just not a smart kid, because there's not a guy that I have ever liked enough to read a book for. You know, maybe the Cliff Notes.
No.
You know what I mean? Like a TV show. You know what I'm saying? I'll maybe watch a quick little YouTube thing on it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to watch the whole thing.
No. 6-part book reading? Like, is there a series out?
Yeah, it's wild.
Samantha won't even watch One Piece.
Yeah, no, a 6-part book. I mean, that's a commitment.
Yeah, it better.
I'm trying to
good.
do something to impress you in the moment.
Yeah.
6 books is like you're putting in the work.
At that point, if you're willing,
I better be getting fucked.
Yeah, if you're willing to read 6 books to impress somebody, that's creepy, low key.
Yeah, well,
you shouldn't be flattered if somebody's doing that for you. You should be concerned. I'm your crush and you just read something. I just mentioned something and you learned everything about it.
It's crazy. Yeah,
That's
I guess
crazy.
it is. Not really. I mean, it's cute.
No.
If it's so different.
If a dude did that for you, you'd be like, hey, buddy.
No, but it's so funny how the line is so quick, because if it's someone that you like, then it's romantic.
Of course.
And it's somebody that you don't like, then you're like, creep.
Yeah, for sure.
Call the police.
Yeah, but I think that the closer to the truth is the people that you don't like side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because to assume that this is just going to go over well, that's a crazy thought.
I guess. Did you read the Game of Thrones books on your own?
I was obsessed.
On your own, though? Or did someone get you?
No. I once I finished, I watched all 7 seasons back like in 2 weeks. Like I watched the first time. The first watch through took me a week. Then I watched it again, and then I read all the books because I was like, oh my God, there's still like a month left to the shows, and I read all the books.
That's
insane.
I'm
actually also realizing I don't think I read Fire and Blood. I know I bought it, but I don't think I actually read it.
Is this what we're watching?
The one that's the House of Dragons. So I know like kind of certain plot points, but like what happened the first episode, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. But Courtney, but if you read the books, you would have been disappointed.
Exactly. So I'm like, oh, I definitely didn't read it.
That's why I do it. Everyone's always like, the book is better than the movie. It's like, I don't want to get let down.
Dog.
Not gonna read the book.
Yeah.
I'm doing it for me.
Yeah. I can't wait for the next series though. The Hedge Knight is gonna be fire.
You read that?
That is. I like those books more than I like the main books. They're so good.
Okay,
and they're small and they're quick. You would like them.
Guess we'll never know.
Yeah, because you don't want to impress me. You won't even watch my favorite anime.
I watch every sport with you. I've been watching the Euros with you. Yeah. I watch everything with you. Do not do that.
I think we should make a competition and like keep tally over who's picked up more things from the other person.
I can't help that I'm cooler than you.
Yeah. I can't help that I'm super open-minded.
I watch everything with you except for anime.
I drink coffee. I've drink
high noons.
I've become tolerant to weed being legal. I have I've become pro-choice.
Yeah. I became a stepfather.
Yeah.
Okay. One said, another one, book related. Read a book he liked and casually brought it up in the convo. That's I've done stuff like that before.
Casually bringing it up in convo is I love that.
I love that. I love that.
Anytime you hear a story about somebody telling a time that they did that, it is the funniest story of all time.
It's the best.
Because you're really when you're trying to manufacture what's supposed to be organic. Yeah. That's the most pathetic time.
It's my favorite thing. Yeah. I used to do that all the time. Yeah. Like I would go on their Facebooks and people, remember when people would put like their interests, what their favorite movie was? Yeah. And then I'd be like, oh, okay, cool. If it's like something I had already seen, then I can like, or if it was something I hadn't seen. Like there was one time this guy talked about The Office in his thing. I had never seen The Office, and I had no plans to watch it. So I was just like, I'm trying to get into The Office. I heard it's so funny. He's like, yo. I was like, really? And then guys love to explain. Get in the bag.
I love to explain.
Yeah. You just give. The thing is that these women reading books. I'm like, it's child's play.
Yeah, you're doing
You
too
don't
much.
even have to read because they don't even want to know your take.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean?
True.
They don't even want to be like, well, I see it this way. They don't want to do that.
That's true.
They want to tell you about the book. So that's why I'm like, I really just wanted to get into. And then they go. And then you're sitting there and you're like, it's so easy.
Yeah, it's facts. It's like, I don't want you to have an opinion. I don't want you to know why LeBron James is the greatest player ever to play basketball. I just want you to sit there and be like, oh, really?
Yeah.
He did from 3-1 he won? The only time in NBA Finals history? Oh my God, that's pretty impressive.
What happened when he went to Miami?
Yeah. Oh my God, he's been with his wife since high school?
Oh my God. His son plays in the NBA.
No, his son's going to get drafted?
That's crazy.
How did you know that?
He did another Space Jam?
Oh my God, I used to love Space Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we don't want you to already know. We want to teach you.
That's when I would go in and go, I just watched the Michael Jordan documentary. What? Yeah, then now you're extra cool.
Oh man, no, that's true. That's true. Because more important than actually sharing a mutual interest for a man is having somebody so dumb and malleable that I can not, because it's not only teaching you about the thing, it's teaching you and giving you my same takes.
Yeah. And not being like, well, my opinion is, or people thought. It's like, this is just what it is.
If you think that we want women to have opinions, you're sorely mistaken. We want you guys to just feel the same exact way. Like, we want, when I'm watching Arsenal and I'm like, yo, if fucking Jorginho gives the ball away one more time, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. I want us both to kill ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be like, no, well, stay patient. You know, his progressive passing is so good. I don't want you to fucking talk me off the edge. Yeah. I want us to both go over it.
Yeah, which you're gonna have to get used to, because in basketball, I'm gonna have to tell you to shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah, no, but I also don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about it when the season starts. Okay, someone else said they did a split at a party to show how flexible they were, but pulled an inner thigh muscle and I was limping for days.
Jesus Christ.
What is with that? Because I know that it's like, I guess, hot for someone to be flexible, but it's not really like...
You know what? Maybe I'm showing my sexual inexperience. What? There's so many things you could... There's only so many things.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm 31. There's only so many things I want to do sexually.
Yeah.
Like whether your legs are completely spread or just 45-degree angles, we're in missionary. Okay? We're in missionary. I'm all up on you.
Yeah.
I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I'm whispering in your ear. I'm thinking of things to say because I'm running out.
Yeah.
And I realize that I've said the same thing like 4 or 5 times, and now I'm becoming self-conscious. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna turn her on if I just keep asking her if she likes it. There's just I have to rephrase the question. I have to change the subject predicate. Like things I need to switch it up. And in that time, I'm thrusting the same exact way. The only thing I'm trying to switch up is what's happening here. Here, bop, bop, bop. Same thing. And bop, 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 that's very generous to the cadence that I'm actually able to keep. Which is more like bop, woo, woo. Like I'm staying,
Oh, okay, wait.
Oh, wait a minute now. Hold on now, big fella. Yeah. So, flexibility, I'm sure and you know what, this is going to be one of those things where this clip, it's probably not going to be a clip. Even if we did post it, I'd be like, hey, you know, what do you even need to be flexible for? And millions of people would be like, oh, you're not having real
this
sex.
Guy doesn't get, this girl doesn't fucking right. Yeah, that's just what it is.
But it's just true, dude.
Yeah, and it'll be an 85-year-old man who lives in his mother's basement. Yeah. It's just what it is.
Because, I mean, it's cool if you're flexible, but it's like, you being flexible and me being able to fucking take advantage of your flexibility are two things that live separately. So, for me personally, you know, it doesn't, what the fuck, if you can put both your legs behind you, like, cool. I guess cool. The pussy's still the like, it's still, I'm having a great time. Regardless.
Yeah. Regardless of what your muscles are doing.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I don't know.
But that's very funny to try to do something to be hot and then to be getting pain. I would die.
Yeah. What song do you think was playing when she did it? Or do you think she did it as like a cool party trick?
Probably a cool party trick.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In my head, I want to, oh. No, it was definitely 100% Tony Matterhorn's Dirty Wine. And she was on the floor like this. Dirty Wine, Dirty Wine.
Which I would do, but I can't.
Yeah, and no funny shit, I low-key just, I think I caught what you got. That one hurt a little bit.
Okay, we got another one. Someone said, play the drums and sing at the same time. So you're just being cool?
Play the drums, you're just being fucking chill like that?
Yeah, you just picked up a talent.
Play the drums and sing at the same time? I feel like the drums
it's very hard to
is
do.
the weirdest instrument to play while you sing.
Probably.
If you wanted to sing and like
so
guitar,
this guy's basically just a cool guy who's cool.
Yeah, no,
He's
this
like, you know what I did? I embarrassed myself by being the coolest guy.
This guy showed up at the party and he was like, come on, be my baby tonight. Sweet double night. Yeah.
Yeah, literally 100%.
Yeah.
That's just, it's very funny. Play the drums. It's like, oh my God, we hate that.
Yeah.
Why would you be embarrassed by that? This guy I really liked was into girls with straight hair, so I straightened mine for years.
Yeah. Was this guy that you really liked your Latino grandfather?
Yeah. I was just gonna say, yeah. Was the guy you liked
your grandmother?
His name Society? What are you talking about? Another person said became a volunteer at the animal shelter she worked at just for her to quit.
Nah, that would get me tight.
Yeah.
Bitch, don't make me a better person and not be here to reap the benefits of
exactly.
it. I'm not doing this for me.
You go in there really cool and cute with the animals, and as soon as she quits, you kick the dog like you did on House of
Game
Dragons.
of Thrones, like blood and cheese.
The fuck out of here.
No, that would piss me off, bro. Like, damn, imagine he's probably allergic to. He got hives and shit. And she quit.
That's very funny. It's just the lengths that men will go to.
Yeah, bro. And that's, that's always been my big problem with men is that, like, when you do that much for a girl, it ruins it for guys who, you ruin it for the whole male species because we could all be doing less. And we're not doing much. We could be doing even less.
Yeah.
And every time you fucking go above and beyond, you ruin it for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible take. But
it's true.
Yeah. Terrible take. Okay, we got another one. It said borrowed a FedEx uniform and bought flowers to her job and saw her with another guy. I mean, did this person not know they didn't have to borrow a uniform?
Yeah, what is a uniform? You could have just showed up with flowers, bud.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Why'd you have to? Well, no, I get it, motherfucker. If you're gonna surprise her, you gotta look like you have a job at the very least.
I guess, but it's also like FedEx is not. Everybody knows UPS is the hottest uniform. You know what I mean?
FedEx is not a Fed flex.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might as well have been working for USPS, bro. Fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, because then at least you're in the union. You understand?
I'd rather, honestly, if I was a girl, what uniform would horn me up? I think Amazon, not for me.
No, Amazon's not for me. Are we just doing delivery guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be a UPS.
Yeah, UPS, brown short shorts.
But yeah, brown short shorts, and also, they're always on time.
True.
They communicate with you. They let you know where your package is at all times. Mm-hmm. It's just a way hotter guy. And it's not even about his look. It's just his communication skills.
Yeah. You know what I think is hot now?
He's just reliable.
He's not hot. You just really respect the company he works for. Oh, man. No, you know what I would think is hot is like a mom and pop shop delivery boy.
Oh,
like not a shit. Well, I was almost racist. I was like not like a Grubhub driver. I was like, well, what's the problem with that?
But I know what you mean. Like a guy who works for that store and he comes and delivers.
Only delivers for this store.
Yeah, like it used to be.
Yeah, it was back in the old days.
Like a pizza delivery guy.
He's got his hat on backwards. Maybe he's got his apron on because he doesn't usually do deliveries. Yeah. He's short-handed, but he had to come because he's the jack of all trades.
Yeah. Let me tell you something about my parents is they're keeping those guys in business because they call the pizza shop directly and then they have the guy come from the shop.
I love that. The shop loves it too.
Yeah, it's better for them.
Walk around.
And they make more direct money that way.
Yeah,
but that's crazy. I'm like, no wonder she was another guy. You didn't even know you could deliver flowers. Not that guy being the same guy from the meme I just told you about. I'm like, you could just have walked into her job with the flowers.
Yeah, dude. And the fact that you had to pick a uniform to dress up in, and you dressed up in the worst one.
Yeah, you dressed in the worst one, and also it's like it's giving a little scary. You broke in. It sounds like you broke into her job.
Yeah.
You went through the mail room instead of the main entrance. It's like you could have just said you were come downstairs. I have something for you.
Yeah.
Now it's weird. Now you're giving creep. I'm glad she was another guy, and I hope you seek help.
Yeah.
Get yourself a real job.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a rough one. But you got to do what you got to do. I think, I hope all these people have grown out of this.
Yeah, I'm sure. And then a final one that we got on my page was, I sang Summer Love by Justin Timberlake to her. And she said, are you going to enter the talent show?
That's so funny. Dog, I'm surprised that that's the first one that we got. But like, singing to impress a chick, like growing up, I thought that was like a thing.
Oh yeah,
like I couldn't sing, so I never did it. But like I was like, damn, motherfuckers that sing probably swimming puss.
Yeah,
because that's all you got to do.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. I don't.
You ever had a guy sing to you?
I had. Yeah, I not like. Well, in second grade I did. Second grade I had a guy, a Filipino guy, and he sang "I'll Make Love to You." Wow! And my mom was doing the lunch line that day, and she heard it. She said, "All right, not read. Maybe they're not singing that song."
Yeah. Your mom wasn't even mad that he was singing the song. He had a heavy Filipino accent. I'll make love to you.
Oh, my neck. Oh. Yeah, that happened to me. But then, like in our 20s, we hung out with these guys, and like it was the time that Making the Band was big.
Oh my God, I used to love.
People were saying we were in a taxi or a van. Maybe someone was driving. I don't remember what it was because we were so drunk. But I remember them being like, "Sam can sing." He's like, "I can sing too. Let's sing together." And I was like, "No, I'm okay." And he just started singing a Day 26 song. Yeah. And he thought like I was going to join in, and we were going to like. All of a sudden, my vision became so clear. 100% what he's saying, and he's holding his ear like he thought I was going to like
before me.
Yeah, like he thought I was going to do that, and I was just like, absolutely not. That happened to me another time, actually.
Why does this happen more than once?
Because it's people around me are like, oh, she could sing. They think I'm going to just break out in song. Yeah. And it's like, what are we in Glee? Yeah. I'm never going to do that. Yeah. So it was another time I was out at dinner at Tony DiNapoli's, which
Tony
is Tony DiNapoli's. And it's like an Italian place. It's family style. So we would go there with my family a lot. And my Theo Anthony knew the waiter who was like my age, and my uncle knew him because he went to the school my uncle worked at. Yeah. And he was like the theater kid. And my uncle was like, oh my God, you got to meet my niece. She sings too. And so he's the waiter there. And this guy started singing Whole New World, Aladdin. No. Yeah. So literally out of nowhere, he's like, I can show you. And I was like, what is happening? And then he did all of Aladdin's part and thought that I was going to then be like, yeah, I can't even think of what the line is that she starts in, but he thought I was going to do that in the middle of a restaurant. And he did that, and then I literally watched him sing, and then done, and then my whole family, oh, come on. They wanted me to, I'm like, I'm not doing this.
Oh, my God.
And like as he's singing, I'm like, oh,
do you ever get upset that your family thinks that you're that type of bitch to just break
all the
out
time? Like, you guys think
dance?
I'm this corny? My mom sent me one time a video of this woman walking down the aisle to her husband with a microphone in her hand, and she's singing to him. My mom goes, how beautiful is this? You should do this one day. Jesus I'm like, Mom, Christ. You don't know me at all.
Yeah, Mom, you raised a homophobic woman. And I would never do that.
What?
I would never do no gay shit like that.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm like, Mama, what? That's crazy.
No, that's nuts. I can't. If you give me a microphone, don't give me a microphone at my wedding.
Well, you're gonna start doing bits.
I'm gonna start fucking flaming people.
Hey, how long you guys know each other? It doesn't matter. It's my fucking wedding. Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
No, we're having a good time. Samantha pointed that out to me. I don't know if we talked about. Did we talk about that?
I don't think we did. Oh, I just grabbed it and it hurt.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Samantha pointed out. I was watching my tapes today, and she was helping me pick what would be good to clip so that it can get 216 likes, and then I'll hide them so you guys won't know. But see that I got 5 shares and know something's wrong. So she's helping me pick out clips, and she pointed out a very funny thing that I do when I'm on stage, especially when I host. When I'm doing crowd work, in between everything that I say, I'm always like, oh, no, we're having fun.
Yeah, we're having a good time. We're just joking.
We're just, and I do it all the time so often. And like, I once you pointed out to me, I was talking about how I did that with somebody that works at UO, and they're like, yo, you do that. And I was like, yo, it's crazy.
It's wild. Yeah. It's so funny to me because you just want to make sure everyone's having a good time and still having a good time. It's like, we're having fun here, guys. Yeah. It's literally your inner thoughts and you're just speaking them out because that's what you're telling yourself. Like, everybody's having a good time.
You know what's crazy? That does make a difference because that's how little I think of a group of people. I feel like that is working. Like just me saying, like if you just positively reinforce it to the group of people and then enough people start to buy into it, the whole crowd's going to have a good time.
Yeah. It's true. It's just very funny.
Yeah.
But back to you saying about hiding the likes. Guys, if we're ever hiding likes, it's not because we're trying to be humble.
No, dude.
It's because we're embarrassed.
Yeah. My last two stand-up posts. The first time I posted stand-up clips in like 2 months. Both under 300. They're doing terrible.
Yeah.
So, if it's hidden, don't be like, I'm not being mysterious. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'm feeling sad.
Yeah, same.
So anytime you see those, fucking maybe share it. Maybe like it, drop a comment, or just fucking reach out to me and be like, hey, is everything all right? So I can tell you, no, it's not. But thank you for asking.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had a friend, one of the guys at Rollins Barbecue, Paul, he was like, yo, what can I do to support? I was like, well, just, tell people about the podcast and, share the shit. Share it.
Yeah.
Share it obsessively.
We need you to share it.
Yeah, dude. We need you to, unfortunately, we need to drag you guys down into the shadow band with us. And, like, you're going to lose your engagement posting our shit, but that's what we need.
It's just what we need. Yeah.
So if you don't care about your engagement, fucking post our shit because, brother, that's all we got.
Okay, we got another one that said, trying to ghost. So this is something that they did to impress their crush, is trying to ghost while smoking, which means you blow the smoke out and then you take it back in. It's like a big thing of smoke. And she got the smoke in her eye and it burned her eyes.
Oh my God.
That's very funny.
That is cool though. I get where she's coming from. I would think that was super cool. I don't even smoke and I'd be like, oh yeah, that girl's cool.
Yeah. Did you think I was cool when I was smoking?
Yeah, I thought you were pretty cool.
Do you still think I'm cool?
No, because I saw you smoke cigarettes, so I think you're a dirty $2 whore.
And you like that, don't you?
I love it. It's
dirty
cool.
little bitch. Yeah, can't do nothing because I can't move my neck or my arm.
Yeah. You're completely useless. But, your bottom half,
it works.
You could be split or fucking have a back spasm. I'm still getting off. So that's what it is.
Yeah, I'm going to do a split. Then I'm gonna fucking pull a hamstring muscle to be really can't do nothing.
Yeah, you're going to do a split and then we're going to have to split to the fucking hospital.
But that's all I had.
Yeah, that's all we got, and I think that's all we have for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. It's been fun, and you guys really, I want to shout out Samantha because I can't imagine doing this podcast feeling the way that you're feeling, and not only doing the podcast but carrying this podcast. You're giving stories, your energy is amazing, and I love it. I love you so much. Thank you so much for fucking soldiering through. I'm very proud of you. I'll give you a big back rub. You won't even have to touch my penis a little bit.
Maybe I want to.
Maybe
with my toes too, think I can move.
Yeah, maybe just face the bed. Maybe just close your eyes and don't question if you feel a couple different orifices on you. It's just what it is. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode 51 of the Soft Launch Podcast. Please remember to go to www.patreon.com/softlaunch to get bonus content. We posted all the clips from our live show, which was our favorite live show.
It was our favorite.
And I feel like also the best we've ever done on stage together. Yeah. And we always do well, but this was special.
Incredible.
We shed a lot of dead weight and we moved levels.
Yeah.
And I want you guys to see that. So go to the Patreon, check us out, and check out bonus episodes that we also post every week. And just keep showing us love. Subscribe, comment, drop a like, fucking tell your friends about us.
Yes.
Because we need you guys.
And even if you don't, just message us and be like, I love the pod. Yeah. It's enough to keep us going.
Honestly, do that.
Yeah.
Just let us know that you like us at this point where it's summer, it's hot. We don't have the AC on. I'm having a fucking seizure right now. Just tell me that I'm doing a good job and tell Samantha that she looks great even when her back is not loud.
Yeah, even when my neck doesn't work. Yeah. So good.
But we love you guys. That's going to be episode 51. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Peace.